Sorry, I can't get that full screen. Okay, so my name is Byrne, and I'm from a digital marketing agency called Tinderpoint, not to be confused with a dating app, just so you know, okay? So a couple of things I want to go through today, really, 7 key strengths to strengthen your, or 7 key things to strengthen your content strategy. And just go through some of the myths and misnomers that an awful lot of people actually make mistakes with when they're actually looking at content. So particularly in your industry, when it comes to health, when it comes to life sciences, it's one of the biggest marketing fails that we actually see quite a lot. And just in relation to us, so we're actually established in 2002, originally as Ring John, because our marketing director, our managing director, his name is John Ring. So when he set it up, he said, Ring John, and I'll be able to sort things out for you. Set it up from his kitchen table, and now there's about 15 of us. We're Ireland's first Google AdWords partner, UK's 7th. We're the first agency to launch Google shopping campaigns in the UK. We've done over 600 SEO audits, we've trained over 6,000 digital professionals, and we work with client campaigns across 20 plus countries, a number of different verticals. And about 4% of our traffic are actually people looking for dates. So when we went through a rebrand about 4 years ago with Tinderpoint, because the whole thing was that Tinderpoint was actually the spark within a muscle that ignited. So we were thinking, ignite your digital strategy, that would be great. One of the guys turned around and said, you know, there's this app that's starting to take off over in the States. So John turned around and said, no, we don't need to worry about that unless it becomes as big as Facebook. Here we are 4 years later. But we'll embrace it. So, in terms of what we actually do, it's split into 4 main pillars. We've got search, content, social, and display. And the 4th pillar in terms of display really interweaves between all the other 3. So when I'm talking about search, I'm talking about paid search. So you Google AdWords, Google Display, remarketing, and then you've got your organic rankings, which are the rankings underneath the ads that you'd see on Google. We move into content, which is what I'll go through today. We're talking about various different formats and repurposing of content. Particularly statistics. Statistics are one of the biggest things that we look at in terms of repurposing content for your industry. Because nobody really wants to sit down and read a 72-page document in relation to statistics last year or last quarter. So we actually can churn that and turn it into a data visualization, which is a lot easier for people to comprehend and process. And then social, we do everything across social advertising right down to community management. This is an example of just some of our clients, probably that we've held over the last 18 months that go across many different verticals on both a national and a multinational scale. And within these as well, some that I can't show you unfortunately, are pharma and medical sciences companies as well. And one of the pharma clients that we actually have will be considered to be in the top 4 globally. So it'd be remiss if I didn't go through some stats being in marketing. And if we look particularly at content marketing, this is from the Content Marketing Institute last year, and they did a survey, and out of that, 89% of them said that content marketing was going to be in their top 2 tactics to execute this year. If you had a look at that over the last number of years, that percentage would have actually dwindled quite significantly. And the reason being is that content marketing is now being perceived as the tool to use because of ad blockers. So if you're doing any B2C and if you're doing any B2B, there's about 2 million different ad blockers that are actually in effect. So as a result, how do you penetrate and get through to your prospects? How do you educate them? How do you nurture them? How do you increase the sentiment about your brand? And that's where content marketing actually comes in. And when we look at the different formats, illustrations and photos, you can see a 12% increase. Videos, a 10% increase. Infographics, 10%. YouTube, 30%. And promoter posts, 30%. Now you can probably see a trend here in terms of it's very visual content. So gone are the days in relation to blog posts and really long articles. Nobody has the time to sit down and read them anymore. So what you want to do is capture your audience's attention with visual content, and video is really the primary factor to be looking at in relation to that. And when we look at the top content marketing tactic usage that CMOs and marketing directors said they were going to employ coming into this year, number 1 was social media content, e-newsletters, videos, case studies, and then articles on website, right down the bottom. A few years ago, articles would have been on the top because everybody was thinking to themselves, ooh, we've got to set up a blog, we've got to pump out content. But if nobody's reading it, you're wasting your efforts. And then when we look at the top 5 challenges for content marketers, producing engaging content was number 1, and that has been historically the #1 over the last few years that the Content Marketing Institute have actually run this survey. Measuring its effectiveness, producing it consistently, and the biggest struggle that content marketers, and in particular CEOs and C-level execs have, is wrapping their head around the return on investment for content marketing. Because they think they're going to get a short return on investment immediately. But I can tell you right now, it's not short. So, kick into the myths. So content marketing, throw up a blog, throw out a few blogs every month, and that's it, right? When you actually look at it, and you break it down into its components, what content marketing is a carefully targeted series across various mediums, and it's generally done by professionals and influencers within your industry. Now, not everybody in your company is able to write, and when you look at online content compared to a newspaper, for instance, it's actually reversed. So when you look at an article online, you start with the end, and then you work down. When you look at a newspaper, they've got this grand intro, and then they give you some detail, and then there's a conclusion. But if you don't capture your audience's attention in the first 3 to 4 seconds immediately within the first paragraph, you've lost them. They'll press the back button, and that's it. And what you need to look at is creating highly effective and engaging content. So what's it actually for? Is it for building brand loyalty, increased customer retention, decreasing churn, increasing recommendations, or increasing sales? Number 2, if you don't have a strategy in relation to your content marketing and actually all your digital marketing, you're going to fail. You will burn money, and there's no other way that I can possibly say that. So you need to sit down and carefully plan it out. So are you looking for brand awareness or reinforcement? Are you looking to nurture your leads or convert them when they're at a certain point within the funnel itself? Are you looking at customer loyalty and retention and advocacy? And are you looking to upsell? And all of these will fall into the actual online funnel. Starting at the top, work your way down, do it all over again. So you might have created the content, you throw it around the office, you show your family and friends, they turn around and go, yeah, it's brilliant, it's great, it's super. Don't trust them, they're liars. Every one of them will turn around and say, that was brilliant, that's a great article, because they don't want to hurt your feelings. But ultimately, those that are closest to us are also the most biased. So understand who you're targeting, understand what it is that they do and where they actually do it. What do they like talking about? What do they like to share online? Particularly when you're looking at content, do they like sharing articles? Do they like sharing infographics? Do they like sharing videos? Do they like sharing GIFs? Tap into that and produce more of that content. And then what kind of content topics are they actually discussing? So this falls into your research at the very start when you're actually planning the strategy. So if you're pumping out loads of content, but nobody's actually searching for that online, it's never going to be found. So what you want to do is have a look at your competitors, have a look at your industry, have a look at the content that's #1 on page 1 within Google. Literally type in some keywords of a topic that you want to target and see who #1 is. Number 2, number 3, number 4, all the way down to 15. Go through exactly how they wrote that article, how it was formatted, the images they used, and then basically try and better it. Back here for a second. Now, persona building is one of the biggest problems that an awful lot of people have with content marketing. So there's a great free site called YouGov, Y-O-U-G-O-V, Lite, L-I-T-E. And if I type in dentist here, for instance, and I'm looking at the UK, this will actually throw back as much information as I possibly need when I'm looking to target somebody online. I can get demographics in relation to the gender profile, top regions. I can go right down into the lifestyle, their favorite dishes, what it is that they actually like to eat, where they like to shop, the websites that they frequent the most, the apps that they use the most. And this is really useful because all of a sudden when I have my content and I'm actually producing it, well, how do I get it out there? So this allows me to be able to see, right, this is where we need to target this particular individual and get the right content in front of the right person at the right time. Now, one of the big things we hear is we'd love to make more visual content, but it's far too expensive. Has anybody seen this with David Attenborough? This was absolutely superb. So he did this 3D video with BBC, and if you go onto YouTube, you probably see my hand here. I can actually move around the video in 360, all angles. Now, obviously, I don't expect anybody in this room to go off and make this. This costs millions. But at the end of the day, visual content doesn't actually have to cost that much. When we look at the stats and we look at the history over the last couple of years, what we can see is that if you have video in the email subject line, you'll get 15% or 19% more opens. Just by having that one word, because people are looking at it going, super, I don't have to spend the next half an hour reading this really long article or clicking all these different links. I can just press play, digest the information, move on. And shoppers who view videos online are nearly twice more likely to actually purchase something than those with the same page where there isn't a video. So that's a split test. 2 pages, one with a video, one without. All the information on the products is the same, but that with the video, you'll get more conversions. And when you look at Facebook in particular, and Facebook is very prevalent in your industry, if you actually look at the stats in 2015, by November, there was a significant increase in the amount of posts that were opened because they actually contained video itself. So Facebook have changed their algorithm and are focusing in on their algorithm to show your content that contains video to more people than just a static link or a static piece of text. And 50% more posts are actually opened when they contain a picture or they contain a video. And then if you look at the trends for 2017, you can actually see photography and video are absolutely critical. So you probably realise at this stage, I think I've hammered it home, visual content is the absolute key to move forward. And you can do this with your phone. If you look at the cameras that are actually on phones these days, iPhone 6s, Samsungs, or you can invest €400, you can do it with a GoPro. Anybody seen this guy before? So this is the managing director of a company called Blendtech. And he hired a new marketing guy to come in and really kind of revamp their marketing efforts. And the marketing guy turned around and said, you know what, there's this new iPhone that's out. Why don't we throw that into a Blendtech blender purely to show how powerful a motor in a Blendtech blender is? And he said, right, great, you go off and do it. And he goes, no. You do it. You're the owner of the company, so you literally are going to stand behind your product. And these go viral. Every single time there's a new iPhone, a new iPad, he actually got components from a Ford car and put them in, and they all became dust. He does comparisons in terms of, will the iPhone blend more than a Samsung Galaxy S6? All these kind of things. And while there's something therapeutic about actually watching an iPhone being turned into absolute dust, the idea behind it was so simple. It was a guy standing in front of the CEO of the company with an iPhone recording these videos. There's nothing special here whatsoever. So you can be clever with visual content as long as your messaging is on point. So number 5. A lot of people think content marketing is just another form of advertising. And it's one of the biggest issues that we see in terms of people trying to wrap their head around. They look at their blog, they look at their website, and they're like, yeah, let's pump out everything and sell as much as we possibly can through our content. Don't confuse it with advertising. You want to provide value to your customers, and you want to inform them and educate them as much as you possibly can. Your website and your sales guys are there for selling. Your content marketing isn't. It's the middle of the funnel stuff. So when you actually want to nurture somebody, particularly if you're looking at I'm trying to think of a particular industry now. If I look at the office of the CIO, for instance, and I'm looking at software, I'll take that as an example. If I look at all the influencers and decision makers underneath the office of the CIO, we want to hit as many different people as possible when we're actually trying to convert them into what the USPs are behind them. Everybody thinks that content has to be the same. Articles, videos, and so on and so forth. But you might hear me talking about videos, you might hear me talking about images, but you need to find what it is that actually works for you, your company, your product, your service, and your audience. And in particular, when you start looking at the technology landscape over the last 6 years, and this blew me away when I actually started going through it. I was familiar with these on a yearly basis, but when I started looking back to 2010, then all of a sudden you start to realise how much it's actually grown year on year on year. And you might be thinking to yourself, ooh, we need to use all of these. You don't. You absolutely don't. And don't fall into the trap that because your competitors use something, you need to use it too. So you don't have to be active on all networks at all. Pick the ones that are relevant to yourself and move on. Choose what suits your brand, your product, and your service, and experiment with different formats. Knowem.com is a superb link for you to be able to type in a brand, a product, or a service and find out where it's taken and where it's available across a variety of different networks. Facebook, Twitter, Blogger, and so on. Then go off, secure all those networks, and leave it there. You don't have to use them, but if you decide you want to use them later on down the line, at least you actually have them and you don't have to worry about brand reputation. So number 7, analysis and measurement is for geeks. Used to hear this years ago, now all of a sudden we're considered the rock stars. So when you actually break down your entire campaign, what you want to find out is what's effective. So what tools can you actually use for that? So Google Analytics, clearly. If you're using Facebook, it has its own analytics platform. If you're using Twitter, it has its own analytics platform, and so on. So make sure that whatever tool you're actually using provides you the analysis data and the reports where you're actually able to generate your efforts are working. Do it for every medium, and if you don't know how to do it, go onto YouTube. There's a plethora of different videos and training videos that you'll be able to find on there. And just sit down for a few hours and invest in yourself. After the campaign, wrap up all stakeholders, internally and externally, sit down and debrief, and then improve and develop, and do it all over again. And you do this on a continuous basis. So, to summarise, understand what's required, plan your strategy, understand your audience, mix up the content, don't be boring, go visual, ensure you're providing value, understand the different tactics available to you, and then create, distribute, analyse, debrief, and do it again. That's it.